Right, question one. Write down the coordinates of A. This would just be 2, 1. So write 2, 1. Write down the coordinate of B, minus 2, 3. On the grid, mark with an X the point minus 3, minus 1. Sorry, minus 3, minus 1, which is over here. On the grid, draw the line X is equal to 3. And X is equal to 3 is just this line here. Okay. Question 2, simplify 5x plus 4y plus x minus 7y. Here's our x's, 5x and the plus x. Here's our 4y and minus 7y. And 5x plus x makes 6x. And plus 4y minus 7y together make minus 3y. Okay, solve 7 brackets x plus 2 is equal to 7. Well, firstly expand the brackets, so 7x plus 14 is equal to 7. Subtract 14 on both sides. 7x is equal to minus 7, as these will cancel out, and divide by 7 on both sides, divide by 7, x is equal to minus 1. Substitute it in there. Minus 1 plus 2 is just 1. 7 times 1 gives us 7. So that's correct. Question 3. Complete a table of values for y equals 2x plus 3 from x. Values of x between 0 and 5. Well, x is 0, so 2 times 0 is 0 plus 3 is 3. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 3 is 7. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 3 is 11, 2 times 5 is 10, plus 3 is 13. And now, part B, on the grid, draw the line y equals 2x plus 3 for the values of x from 0 to 5. All we have to do is sketch this. And x here, so 0, 3 is a coordinate, so x is 0, y is 3 is over here. 1, 5, 1, 5, 2, 7, so x is 2, y is 7, 3, 9, 3, 9, and I'm just going to quickly plot the rest just to save time. Now it's time to draw our line, and this is our line. Done. Question 4, by far one of my favourite questions. ABC is a triangle. Angle ABC, so ABC, this angle here, is equal to BCA, and this is here. So if these two angles are the same, what can we tell? It's an isosceles triangle, and an isosceles triangle base angles are the same, so these two lines are the same. That's what we know. This is just information about the length. So the length side of AB is 3x minus 5. The length side of AC is 19 minus x. The length of BC is 2x. Work out the perimeter of this triangle. Give your answer as a number of centimeters. Okay, right. So we know that these two lengths are the same, so we can equate them together. They are the same. So 3x minus 5 is the same as 19 minus x. And just solving this, which side has the least amount of x's? It's this right hand side. So to get rid of this x, we add x on both sides, add x. So this will cancel out. So 3x plus x is 4x minus 5, and that's equal to 19. Plus 5 on both sides, plus 5. This will cancel out, and you're left with 4x is equal to 24, and you know what x is. X is just 6, so x is equal to 6. Now we need to find the perimeter of the triangle. So if x is 6, 2x is 12 centimeters. 19 minus x is 19 minus 6, which is 13 centimeters. And this side should also be 13, but let's just check. So 3x, 3 times 6 is 18. Take away 5 is also 13 centimeters. Now the perimeter is adding all these up. So 13 plus 13 is 16, plus 12 is 28 centimeters. So 28 centimeters is the perimeter of this triangle. Question 5, expand. So 2m times m is 2m squared, and 2m times 3 is plus 6m. Factorize fully. Biggest number that goes into 3 and 6 is 3. We have x, the common factor, and y, for y squared and y, is also a common factor. Open your brackets, close your brackets. Now 3xy times something gives us 3xy squared, that's y. 3xy times something else gives us minus 6xy, and that's just minus 2. Okay, question 6. Here's a sequence of patterns made with grey squares and white squares. In the space below, draw the pattern 4. So pattern 4 would look something like this. Okay, pattern 4 would look something like this. And a little bit of grey. Okay. Now, how many white squares does pattern? So a pattern in the sequence has 10 grey squares. How many white squares does the pattern have? Well, when it's got 1 grey square, it has 2 white squares. So 2 white squares. 2 grey squares has 4. 3 grey squares has 6. So you can tell on the 10th grey we have 2 lots of white, so this would be 20. So every time we have 3 grey squares, we have double the white. 2 grey squares, double white. 1 grey square, double it for white. Okay, a pattern in the sequence has a total of 45 squares. Okay, a pattern in the sequence has a total of 45 squares. How many grey squares does the pattern have? If we were to look at the original pattern, this here has 3 total squares. This one has 6 total squares, 9 total squares, and you can tell this is going up in 3s. And if we were to do this a few times, so 15, pattern 4 would have 12, pattern 5 would have 15. If we do this a few times, we can tell this is a linear sequence that goes up in 3s. So it's 3n. And the 0th term, so let me just write down the formula, it's 3n. The 0th term is 0, it goes up in 3, so the 0th term going backwards is minus 3, so it's 0. So the formula is just 3n. So 3n is equal to 45. So n is equal to 15. So the 15th term has a total of 45 squares. And every term, so term 1 has 1 grey square, term 2 has 2 grey squares, term 3 has 3 grey squares, so term 15 would have 15 grey squares. Explain how you found your answer. Well, we used the formula 3n. The 15th term has 45 squares, and the 15th term, so I'm going to write it down properly, 15th term has 15 grey squares. Okay, question 7, write down the coordinates of G, 4, 3. Write down the coordinate of H, -4, -1. Find the coordinate of the midpoint GH. Well, here is the line GH, and the middle of this line is right over here. Midpoint is 0, 1. Here's the first 4 terms of a number in a number sequence. Casey thinks that the number 34 is in this sequence. Is Casey correct? He must show your answer. Well, I'm going to write down the term again. So here's a sequence. It's going up in 3s, I'm guessing. It is, yeah. So we're adding 3 each term to go to the next term. So the term-to-term rule is 3. So it's going to be in the 3 times table, or multiple of 3. And the 0th term, we have to go backwards, so take away 3, and that's 2. So it's 3n plus 2. So this is the general formula of the sequence. Now, Casey thinks that 34 is in the sequence. Is Casey correct? Well, 3n plus 2 is equal to 34. If she is correct and we solve this, n should be a positive whole number, or an integer, positive integer. So take away 2 on both sides. So 3n is equal to 32. And divide by 3. Divide by 3. So n is equal to, well, 32 divided by 3 is not a whole number, because 32 is not in the 3 times table. N is not a whole number. So you have to conclude, remember, KC is incorrect. Okay, question 9. Here's the first 4 terms of an arithmetic sequence. Find in terms of n an expression for the nth term of this arithmetic sequence. Again, this is going up in 6s. So it's going to be 6n, and the 0th term, we have to take away 6, which is 5. So it's going to be 6n plus 5. Is 121 a term of this arithmetic sequence? Well, 6n plus 5 is equal to 121. Subtract 5, subtract 5. 6n is equal to 116. Divide by 6. Divide by 6. N is equal to, well, 116 divided by 6 is 19.333, and it goes on forever. N is not a whole number. It's not a whole number. So 121 is not in the sequence. Question 10, here's the first 4 terms of the number sequence, write down the next terms of the sequence. Well, we're adding 4 each time, so the next term is 19 plus 4, which is, 15 plus 4, which is 19. The 50th term of the sequence is 199, write down the 51st term of the sequence. Well, the 50th term is 199, the next term we have to add 4, which is 203. The number 372 is not in this. Is not a term of the sequence. Explain why. Well, if we were to keep adding 4, 19, add 4 is 23, add 4 is 27, add 4 is 31, and keep adding 4 is 35, add 4 is 39, add 4 again is 43. If you take a look at these sequences, so 3, 7, 11, 15. Now, 3, 7, the last term of the unit is 1, 5, 9, 3, 7, 1, 5, 9, 3, and it keeps repeating. If I add 4 to it, it's going to be 47. Add 4 again is 51. So the units keep repeating one after another. 3, 7, 1, 5, 9. 3, 7, 1, 5, 9. 3, 7, 1. And the next one will be 5. And again 9. And all of these units are odd numbers. But 372, the last unit, is 2. And 2 is an even number. 372 ends with 2. 2 is odd. The sequence, 2 is even. The sequence is always odd. So 372 cannot be part of the sequence. Part of the sequence. Another way you could have done this is, well, we know that the formula of this sequence, well, it goes up in 4s, so it's in the 4 times table. The 0th term is minus 1, so the formula is 4n minus 1. Equate that to 372, add 1, so 4n is equal to 373. And since 373 is an odd number and we're dividing by an even number, we won't get a whole number. We can check this out. Divide by 4, divide by 4. Sorry, I'll repeat this again. Since 373 is an odd number, dividing by an even number won't be a whole number. We can check it out. 373 divide by 4, and that gives us 93.25. n is not a whole number, so 373 can't be part of the sequence. Okay, question 11. The points minus 3, minus 1, minus 2, 2, 3, 2 are vertices of a parallelogram. Find the coordinate of the 4th vertex of the parallelogram. So let's start plotting. So minus 3, minus 1 is over here. So minus 2, 2 is over here. And 3, 2 is over here. And to make a parallelogram, so let's just see what it looks like. So from here to there, there to there, Now, parallelogram, this length needs to be the same on the opposite end. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it goes 5 from there. So that's 3, 4, and 5. And they need to be parallel. And this length has to be the same length and parallel. And this point here is the other vertex, or the last vertex. And the coordinate to this one is 2, minus 1. Okay. Question 12, here's a rectangle. All measurements on the diagram are in centimetres. Find the value of x. Well, a rectangle, the opposite ends are the same. So this side here must be the same length as that side, and this side here must be the same length as that side. So a number plus 1 should give us x, and that is obviously just 5. We can check with the other one. So 5 minus 1 is 4, and it's the same as the other side. There we go, done. Here's a triangle. Find the size of angle marked y. Well, we know that if we were to add these three angles, it should sum up to 180 degrees. So 3y plus 2y plus y is 6y. And we know that 6y, because angles in a triangle sum up to 180 degrees, should equal 180, and y is just 30. We divide by 6 on both sides. 180 divided by 6 is 30, so y equals 30 degrees. Simplify t plus t plus t, that's just 3t, 3 lots of t's. Simplify 5 times e times f, that's just 5ef. And simplify 3x plus 8y plus x minus 2y. Well, collect the like terms. We have 3x here and a plus x there. And we have a plus 8y minus 2y. So 3x plus x leaves us with 4x. 8y take away 2y is just going to leave us with 6y. Question 14. Amber earns £7 for each hour she works from Monday to Friday. She earns £10 for each hour she works on Saturday. 1 week, Amber earned 4 hours on Saturday. That week she earned a total of £180. How many hours did Amber work that week? Well, she worked 4 hours on a Saturday, so she earned £40 on Saturday, because she gets £10 for each hour she works on Saturday. So that leaves us with £140 for the rest of the week. And we know that £7 for each hour, so she must have worked for 20 hours, because 20 hours times 7 is £140 that's left. So how many hours did Amber work that week? Well, a total of 24 hours. It's 4 hours on a Saturday and 20 hours on the Monday to Friday. Chris works for 7 hours each day from Monday to Friday. He earns E pounds for each hour he works. Write down an expression in terms of E for the total amount of pounds that Chris earns from Monday to Friday. Well, he works for 7 hours each day from Monday to Friday. How many days are there in total? Total pounds from Monday to, so how many days are there from Monday to Friday? It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's 5. So it's 35 hours a week he works, and every hour he gets E pounds. So if he worked for £2 an hour, it would be 35 times 2. If it was £3 per hour, he'd be working 35 times 3. But we don't know what pounds he earns, so it's just going to be 35 times E. And 35 times E is just 35E. Solve n over 7 is equal to 2. Well, we want to get rid of that divide by 7, so we times by 7 on both sides. So n is just equal to 14. Or you could have used your brain. A number divided by 7 is 2, and that's just 14. Solve 3g plus 4 is 19. Subtract 4 on both sides, subtract 4, and 3g is equal to 15. That cancels out. Divide by 3 on both sides, divide by 3. G is equal to 5. So G is equal to 5, as these two will cancel out. Question 16, A is 4, B is minus 5. Work out the value of 2A plus 3B. Well, 2A is 2 times A, or 2 times 4, so that's just 8. And 3B is 3 times minus 5, which is just minus 15. 8 subtract 15 is minus 7. X is 3, work out the value of 4x squared. Well, we need to do our big mass. And indices comes before multiplication, as that's 4 times x squared. So we need to do 4 times 3 squared. 3 squared is 9, times it by 4 is 36. And that's the end of that. Hopefully you're revising. There's going to be a test during this week. Make sure to revise everything, and good luck. Don't stress about it. The more you stress, the less it'll be just the outcome wouldn't be good. So don't stress, just revise, do your best, and enjoy the weekend. Bye.